Hello guys, India has won the World Cup. This is the India is the first team to go unbeaten in the World Cup. I have with me Shubh Bharadwaj and I have with me Abhimanyu Bose from ESPN Cricket Info. Welcome guys. What's your feeling? What is exactly your feeling after India winning a World Cup after 17 years?
I just
Abhimanyu, I'll
can't
start with
stop
you.
smiling.
Yeah, that's good, Shubh. I know I'm smiling a lot too. Abhimanyu, what's up? What are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, well, what a final, right? I mean, I think the second innings, especially, it was just twists and turns all over. And then to come out winning at the end, I mean, cannot be happier, I guess.
Did you think that we would win after Klaasen went on a rampage on Axar's over? Sure.
Uh,
I think that 24 run over, it was disastrous for me. My heart was like sinking to that level that, we can't get back from there. The moment for me was Suryakumar Yadav's catch. That was the decisive
But
moment for me but that over was,
that
oh
that
my
time you
God.
know that you're winning, right?
Yeah, that was pretty sure. I was pretty sure that we are going to take the trophy home.
Abhimanyu, what was your decisive moment for this, like in the
that's
second half of the match?
um, After that, Axar over. And I felt that Bumrah should have been brought in an over earlier, like for the 14th over and not the 15th, just to kind of have a go at Klaasen because he's such a destructive batter. But I felt that Klaasen had done enough damage for it to be beyond repair, and I knew that it would only a genius performance from Jasprit Bumrah, the kind he's been doing for India for so long, only that would save India, and he delivered when it mattered the most. Those two
But
overs,
guys,
I
this is
felt
a
super.
bittersweet victory in a certain aspect
Yes.
that we won't be seeing Virat Kohli don the Indian jersey in a T20 match again. Boss, are you sad?
Oh, of course. I mean, he's one of my favorite players, but I feel that this is probably the best way that he could have left. I think in 2014 and then 2016, he was so incredible, but India came close but couldn't get there. 2022 again, he played that knock against Pakistan. He got a few more half centuries. India fell short against England, and then to have this, if this was his last tournament, and for him to have gone with like 76 runs or 75 runs in the tournament, I mean, that would have been really sad way for a player who's done so well in the history of the tournament to go. But to come out in the final, play a scratchy knock, but still manage to make that kind of impact and finally win that World Cup. He wasn't part of the 2007 squad, of course, so it's his first T20 World Cup. For him to leave on the high, I think it's a pretty nicely written script.
But the way he just announced it, like in a post-match conference, like just like that, just slipped it in his remarks. Shubh, did you expect that? Did you
Oh,
think that
not.
was happening?
I was a bit thinking that he might retire, but in this kind of a way that that he would just go like this. But I think it's the perfect moment actually to go on a high because he performed that well in this match that he was the main guy to rely in the batting side. So that calls for, if you have to retire, that is the time you retire, I guess.
Okay, coming back to the match, like how important is Jasprit Bumrah for Indian cricket team and Indian cricket as a whole, like across all formats?
I think he's
Abhimanyu?
the, I think he's the most important player India have. Without, there's no player who comes close. Like I mean, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli. Nah, I mean, Bumrah is just unbelievable, right? Because it doesn't matter where he's playing, what kind of pitch. It doesn't matter the format. It doesn't matter at what phase of the game he's bowling. He's always a game changer. And just again, like today, I literally thought it was like even Bumrah can't do it, right? Like when South Africa needed 30
Yeah,
from
that's
30,
exactly what I thought
30
too.
on
Even
30.
Bumrah can't pull this back, but he did miraculously.
just like that, incredible, beautiful. Even like I was watching with a friend and I was telling him that when first ball of the over, I think he was bowling to Miller and Bumrah should just bowl one of those off cutters that just pitches in straightens and hits the stumps. He bowled that, but it was just outside off and just beat the edge. And it's just that kind of genius deliveries that he comes up with. The first wicket he got, I think, of Riza Hendricks. What a beautiful ball! Like that was to a right hand, of course, but pitching just going past the edge, then getting
But
into
that was a dream
seaming.
ball. Bumrah's ball to Hendricks was just like a
It
dream ball.
was right. Yeah, I mean,
Like pitched on
you can put it
mid
in his test
off
catalog.
some tails. It was just beautiful.
Yeah, you can put it in
Okay,
his test
another
catalog.
thing I really need to show. What do you think? How much pressure would Hardik Pandya would have been on bowling the last over?
I think huge pressure, and the fact that he received so much hate and negativity during the IPL for Mumbai Indians. I think the guy turned it around in the World Cup, performing in each and every match consistently. Especially today, he didn't score well with the bat, but with the ball, he was amazing. He got us that wicket at the right time, and especially after that over of 24 runs, he just gave 4 runs in the next
He
over.
got
So
a wicket on the neck first ball of his over,
first
and
ball
that
and just four
kind
runs in
of
that over. I think that
yeah. Plus
leveled
he
India, and that actually boosted our morale because the team morale was dipping continuously with that the sixes that Klaasen was hitting, and after that we got back in the game mentally also. I think.
Yeah, look, I just want
yeah,
to say
that's true. Yeah,
as
please,
good
Abhi.
as sorry, yeah, so as good as Bumrah was, I think it's incredible how Hardik and Arshdeep as well backed him up brilliantly. Like that 19th over bowled by Arshdeep was a really good over. He kept it tight. He didn't give away a lot of runs. He got a wicket, and he ended the over with a beautiful yorker, like just nailing the execution when you're under pressure. And Arshdeep's a young player still. Like I mean, he's not a very seasoned bowler like a Shami or a Siraj. So he's probably one of the youngest partners that Bumrah has had, and Arshdeep bowling at the death. In the recent past, he's had some tough games and he's come under criticism. So for him to come out and bowl like that, and it was really good to see. Like the whole bowling unit stepped up in those last 5 overs, and India did not crumble under from a very like match losing situation, like 30 or 30 in a T20 match on a pitch that didn't look like a difficult, like didn't look like a minefield for sure. Like 30 for 30, you'd expect a team to get. So yeah, I think just amazing how the fast bowler stepped up at the end.
Well, not to bring up a subject again, but do you think the South Africans actually lived up to their reputation? To put it mildly.
I
No,
think
I don't think so. I mean, I think honestly, it's incredible that they got to the position they were in. So it's like if you play better than like if you play really well and get to a good position, but in the end you lose out. Yeah, people will say that you bottled it, or you choked, or whatever. But just to kind of take on Axar and Kuldeep, survive that new ball spell, even after losing early wickets, they kept their composure. They got back into the game. I mean, this was by no way an easy score to chase down, and I thought the way they were on top for a while, and again it took a spell of genius from Bumrah to change the game. So that can happen to any team. I would really not like to remember this as South Africa, bottling it.
for a moment it was a PTSD moment for me. I was seeing Travis Head there, in the 2023 World Cup. I was mentally exhausted at what is going to happen. How is this guy doing this? Oh my god, that was like that over was too much.
Yeah, but
In
our
the middle of
spinners
the
went for
match,
runs in the middle overs.
Yeah.
Both our spinners, Kuldeep and Axar, went for a lot of runs in the middle overs. They have been our glue in the middle overs when we go up against, like in this World Cup, consistently when we have gone against tough situations or a bit tight areas. The spinners have come up trumps for us. This was the first match or the first instance, and it happened in the final where the spinners were completely obliterated by Klaasen and De Kock. So, I think I personally think Rohit should have brought in Hardik. Sorry, my bad. Bumrah over earlier. But do you guys also feel that Rohit should have played around with his bowlers a bit better, like got in the strike bowlers when Klaasen was going berserk, or like he did the right things by holding up Bumrah till like the 17th over?
no, I think
Abhimanyu, I'll start with you.
yeah, I think definitely should have brought in Bumrah an over earlier, at least. Because the spinners were not really like. It's not about how it turns out. Like like obviously cricket is a game where one day the same shot can get caught in the deep, the other day it's a six, but it's spinners weren't getting the kind of purchase that you would want from a wicket, and the South Africa batters looked set. De Kock looked set, and then Stubbs was looking good. Klaasen was obviously, and that Klaasen has a pedigree against spin, and this was probably one of the better surfaces in this World Cup. Ball was coming on nicely, and in that kind of a situation, when you have a gun player like Klaasen, right? It's like what maybe Suryakumar Yadav is for India. Like, you want to get your best bowler on and try to get that wicket as early as possible.
Okay, guys. Shubh, anything to add on this?
Just that the catch by Surya Kumar Yadav, I mean,
Oh
man,
man,
salute to
yes,
the
that
guy.
was terrific.
That was the decisive moment.
That was
Amazing.
terrific. Okay, so guys, before we wrap up, I have a question for both of you. Shubh, I'll start with you. Do you think this is the last time we are seeing Rohit Sharma in T20 guys for India?
I think this might be the last, and I'm not too sure though, but I would hope that it's not his last because the way he has engineered this World Cup through and throughout all the matches, even today, the way he played the entire field and kept the players motivated, I would want to see him again.
Abhimanyu?
I don't like now that he's actually won the World Cup. I don't think he will continue. I think probably he may wait around to see who the new coach is and have a conversation. Because see, for Virat Kohli to retire, it is an easier thing to do in the sense that he's just a batter right now, right? He's just a player. Rohit Sharma leaves, then you have to have a plan in place for how do you replace the captain, how do you move forward. So I'm sure that once the new coach is decided, they'll probably have a conversation. But I think Rohit Sharma may just quit, and I think that may even be good for India because he is around 35 or 36, if I'm not mistaken. And
Yeah.
if you want to build for the future, then you have to start investing now. Like,
Taking
in
tough calls.
got that trophy. Obviously, I think Rohit and Virat will both be there for the next ODI World Cup,
Yeah.
unless something drastic happens. But I think maybe even this may have just been the last of Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli in T20s. So I wouldn't be surprised if he calls it quits.